am1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
This program is paid for by the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit educational organization, and its partners.
You're listening to the Varsity Sports Show, home of Arizona's youth, high school, college sports, and you, empowering education and enabling dreams, right here on KDUS AM 1060 in Arizona. And now, welcome to the Varsity Sports Show.
Good morning. What we have in mind is breakfast in bed for 400,000.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. Vince DeLisio live from Lake Poway State Park. If you're wondering where that is, well, I'm just right outside of San Diego, California. Had an incredible trip, journey yesterday. Whirlwind drove out here for a game that I was privileged enough to be on the call for and put together an amazing production team led by one of my old high school, well, kind of high school buddy. He was a St. Mary's Knight, played against him in high school. His name was John McDonald, and he had some of his family and friends that assisted us on production. It was a great performance last night by the Mountain View Toros. More on that later as they came away with a huge win over El Camino High School in Oceanside. Guys, I got to tell you, Mountain View is the real deal. And another team that's the real deal had a big win last night out in Williamsfield over the Williamsfield Blackhawks. It was Brophy College Prep, the Broncos, and Coach Jason Jewell joining us on the line. Coach Jewell, good morning, sir.
Good morning, guys. How you guys doing?
Oh, amazing. Coach, first of all, let me extend a congratulations on getting the proverbial monkey off your back for the first game. Last year it wasn't, you deserved the win last week, but we know about stuff when you deserve it, and it doesn't always pan out. But Williamsfield won last year. You came back and another nail-biter, and you came away with the win.
Yeah, exactly. One year ago, the last play of the game, we took the L, and this time, fast forward a year, we last play of the game, we get the W. So huge game, excited for our kids. We haven't won an opener in I think 3 years, so big deal for us.
So I want to bring on one of our amazing broadcast interns out of the Cronkite School of Mass Communications. He is joining us live from Phoenix, and his name is Roman Martinez. And sitting next to me, one of our former summer interns from San Diego State University, Mac Pham. Roman, take it away with Coach Jewell.
Yeah, hey, Coach. It's really great to have you on. Obviously, would love to get these questions out to you. Williamsfield proved to be a tough opposition. Can you speak to how your game plan fared in your first game back?
Oh man, well, I would say obviously we got the wins. That's always number one. But we came out, jumped out 21-0, and let them back in it. And next thing you know, it's tied 28-28. But our number one goal in this game was to stop the run, and I don't know if we did that. We gave up a 77-yard run on like the second play of the game, and then in that end of the third quarter and fourth quarters, they were more physical than us. So I don't know that we accomplished that goal. But again, we practiced a bunch of scenarios and situations with our kids, and came down to 12 seconds left with Riley on the ball, a chance to win it, and we practiced that scenario 2 weeks ago. So our kids were prepped and ready to go, and they performed.
Yeah, and you said it just there, Williamsfield obviously gaining momentum, especially in that third and fourth quarter. What did your team do right to stay composed and see out the game, even when it was within one possession?
The last 2 years, we've played in a bunch of close games that some have gone our way and some haven't. So I think our kids know that anything can happen at any given time. And you go back and look at like a game last year, like against Castile, we were down 17-0 with a minute to go in the third quarter and came back and won. And it's been in games just like this. So I don't think our kids were shook at all. They knew we still had a chance. We had 3 minutes to go and the ball in our hands, and there's still faith in our offense and what our kids do. So, I think it's just business as usual, to be honest with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And, as for the viewers or fans of this team looking ahead to the season, what can we expect from your squad, not only, in your next matchup, but on the season as a whole?
Well, I guess we kind of been the cardiac kids the last 2 years. We played a bunch of tight games, and last night was no exception. So you want to see a good, fun football game, come out and watch some Brophy prep, But we're explosive on offense, and we play physical brand on defense. And Kyle Vanderbosch is a great job with our special teams. So I think we're solid in all 3 phases, and going to go out and play with high class and high character, and play as hard as we can.
Yeah, and you touched a little bit on it just there with the defensive side of things. Obviously slipping away with this win, the offense gets a lot of credit. But what can you say about your defense in this game?
We were pitching a shutout, early on, and after that 77-yard run that I mentioned earlier, we actually had a goal line stand. We stopped Williamsville from about less than a yard out. That would have put them up 7-0 early. So I think that changed the course of the game right there, that goal line stand. While we did let them, back into it, got a little gas, got to get in a little better shape, but we'll be all right, and we're going to play fast and physical and do our best to stop the run better next week against Regis.
Yeah, and you said it there, stopping the run against Regis Jesuit, your first away game coming next week. Is there anything that you're trying to instill in your team other than those stopping the run, like you just said?
Well, it's actually going to be our first home game. We were away at Williamsville last night, but we're getting Regis from Colorado. They're going to drive down, and I haven't watched any film on them at all. All I know is their head coach Dan Silliman is an old friend. He actually opened up Liberty High School before he got this job out of Regis, and I have a ton of respect for him. And I got to watch the film, which I'll do here. We have a meeting here with our kids coming up, and then we'll start breaking down Regis. I don't know much about them other than they are a Jesuit school just like us, and same type of kids, go to the school. And I'm expecting a tough physical football team if they're anything like us.
Yes, my apologies. First home game. And how does your matchups against out-of-state competition, bode against, in-conference play?
Well, I've said this a lot of times. Winning football games, especially in 6A, is extremely tough. I think last year we played Cathedral Catholic out in San Diego. That was our first out-of-state game in quite a while, and our kids had a great time and a great experience. So I wanted to try to schedule them, for the future. So we scheduled Regis. They're coming here, and then we're going there next year. So it'll be fun.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on the Varsity Sports Show, Coach. You're welcome anytime, and we really appreciate having you on.
Thank you, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend.
All right. Nice job, Roman. So, yeah, what an incredible start to the season. There were some big wins last night. You want to talk about some games now. Out here in Oceanside, California, we came in, and this was a very, very good El Camino team that the Toros faced last night. They made a big statement in Coach Andy Litten's debut as head coach of the Toros, and it was They jumped out to an early lead. It wasn't a very big lead. Jumped out to an early lead. El Camino battled back and were within just a couple of points. And then Mountain View started to pull away. And a lot of it was on the legs of, first of all, on the I'm still speechless over last night. I'm surprised I didn't lose my voice, but Brady Goodman, quarterback Brady Goodman for the Toros, carried this offense last night, managed the game well. I don't think he had an incomplete pass the whole first half, and he really managed the clock, managed the game, and the run game was very strong, and late in the game, actually in the first half, the run game really took over for Mountain View, and what an incredible performance last night. When we come, a little later on in the show, we're going to have some commentary from both Coach Litten and last night's player of the game. We want to keep it a surprise, but last night's player of the game literally put the game on his shoulders and played a stellar game defensively. Beckham Barney, I'll tell you guys, Beckham Barney, he was the player of the game. If you watched the game or if you were here, he was clearly somebody that was not going to be hidden all night, and he's very reminiscent. We said this during last night's broadcast. He's 6'3", he's about 210 pounds, and he reminds me very much of, I know this is before you were born, Mac, but there was a linebacker the 49ers had in the 80s by the name of Todd Shellen, who just so happened to be a Mountain View High School graduate. I think 1983, played for the late Jess Parker, and Barney, very reminiscent, except offensively what he did. He had a 35-yard touchdown run early in the game. This guy's 6'3", 210 pounds. Nice run up the middle. Broke into the open field. They could not catch him and did some damage in the second half. Scored 3 touchdowns last night and was a prowess on defense. Was all over the place making plays. And this defense as a whole stepped up, made incredible plays. Coach Litten, congratulations on this first game. Man, you want to talk about a statement win over a quality program last night. It was nothing short of amazing. That being said, like I said, we're going to go to those post-game interviews here as the show goes on. We got a couple minutes left, but Roman, did you happen to catch any games last night, or were you prepping for the show?
Yeah, I was prepping for the show, Vince, but I did manage to tap into that Mountain View and El Camino game, obviously getting really close in the third quarter, 22-20 at one point. Obviously, the Toros pulled away in the end, 42-20. But there was a fourth quarter interception that I found to be really interesting by number 14, Steve Meadow, as he intercepted El Camino pass and took it to El Camino's 33-yard line.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, you talk about some players, a statement win, some players stepping up in a big way, and a lot of role players really stepped up. Mac, you get a chance to watch any high school football last night? How was it going for you?
I did not, but for San Diego State, we have our first football game today against Texas Commerce, so I'm looking forward to that later.
Texas Commerce. Are they coming here, or are the Aztecs traveling?
Yep, home game.
Nice. Okay. Is that one going to be telecast? You're going to be able to check that one out?
That will be on True TV. So for me, I do have it True TV, so I'll be able to check
True TV? Is that like where they show all the cops reruns? What is that?
Pretty much.
That's funny. Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's nice. All right. Well, hey, you know what? Sport brings a lot of people together. It's our most popular form of entertainment right now. That and
just had the Olympics.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice. Well, this is a beautiful setting. Very serene, very picturesque out here at Lake Poway State Park. There's a lake right behind us. We're up in the hills. We got a lot of greenery. The mosquitoes are starting to come out, but hopefully that'll clear up. And a lot of dew this morning. I don't even think it's 70 degrees. It's a light breeze. It can get spoiled here.
In San Diego.
Yeah, I'll say. All right, hey, guys, when we come back from the break, more from our amazing team. We've got a lot of good stuff coming up. We are going to, we are going to be joined by some great reporting from our crack team of broadcast journalists. Don't go anywhere, guys. Good morning here on the Varsity Sports Show, live from San Diego, California. We got Roman and Mac joining us live. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Go Varsity.
Bringing you the latest sports topics weekly right here on KDUS, AM 1060 with me, the Doug Gottlieb Show, 1 to 3 p.m.
APAC is your one-stop source for all your automotive and heavy-duty air conditioning parts, supplies, and equipment. They're family-owned and have been the Valley's go-to for all your auto AC needs since 1982. Whether it's for your everyday or vintage car, commercial, or off-road vehicle or equipment, APAC has you covered. Call APAC, AAPAK, the AC experts at 602-254-1116 and ask for the Varsity Special to get 10% off your purchase. Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Hi everybody, my name is Paisley Poole and I am a senior at Arizona State's Cronkite School. I am so excited to be a part of the Varsity Sports intern team as a sideline reporter and possible color analyst. Friday Night Lights, let's get it.
The Thursday night high school flag football game of the week is back. 8 weeks of coverage beginning Thursday, September 19th. Every game begins at 6 p.m. Join the varsity team as we travel the Valley featuring your favorite teams, including Saturday morning radio segments. The Thursday night flag football game of the week is back on the Varsity Sports Show.
You are listening to
the Varsity Sports Show.
The Varsity Sports Show. Thursday night
flag football game of the week.
Flag football game of the week.
Hey, Phoenix, Doug Gottlieb here. I'm bringing the best sports talk weekdays to you, 1 to 3 p.m., right here on KDUS AM 1060.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. Vince DeLisio live with our very own summer. I can't believe summer's already over. Summer intern, Mr. Mac Pham out of San Diego State University. Mac, you're getting ready to graduate.
Yeah.
Man, it was just it seemed like it was just yesterday that your folks and I were seeing you off to kindergarten. Now you're graduating from college.
Time flies.
What talk about how things have been, your journey going through San Diego State, and what lies in front of us. What's next for Mac Pham?
Definitely for me, like college experience, my first couple years of college. So I started off at community college before transferring into state my junior year. For me, like my first couple years of college, I was just kind of just doing classes. I wasn't really like involved in any like organizations or activities. I was just like going to class, doing homework, studying.
Doing the whole college thing, sleeping in late, and your dad is he's business. He's all business. Like he seems like he's somebody that's really regimented. So I can imagine what it was like for him to get used to that schedule that, being a college student.
Yep. And then for me, the back half of college experience for me was getting involved on school campus once I transferred into state, and getting involved in organizations such as the school newspaper, the Daily Aztec, and just building my resume. And then that's how I was able to be one of the interns for the Varsity Sports Show this past summer. So for me, I've really focused in on doing whatever I can to build my resume, get involved on school campus, and I think that's definitely something that's super important for all college students, to get involved with whatever thing that you like to do. Get involved with the school campus, and just keep yourself busy, because you do all those things. It's gonna really help you build your resume, gain experience.
Yeah. So is that what you would say is a good recommendation to the interns that have followed you as they try and find their way and go through this journey? What kind of words of advice can you impart on them after going through what you did with us in a rigorous summer, and now as they kind of forge their own path?
Repetitions for sure, because you can't get better at something unless you actually do it. So, for example, you can't get better at editing video and audio packages without actually doing them on the software. It's one thing to read it from a textbook, learning how to do it in the classroom, but to actually apply it and be able to do it for for the Varsity Sports Show, learning how to do that type of stuff and build those repetitions of editing and recording audio packages. It's going to help you tremendously, especially in this field.
Great advice. Okay, so we are going to take it now to one of our amazing broadcast interns. I keep wanting to not use the word intern because they're part of the team and they are doing the work that everyone else is doing. So, colleagues, yeah, thank you. We use that a lot this summer. Broadcast colleagues. Olivia Prickett, who did a great story on flag football news, and then Roberto Astorga is going to talk a little White Mountain football in some of the in Mojave County in Arizona. So, Corey, take it away.
I'm Olivia Prickett with Varsity Sports with a season preview on high school flag football in Arizona. From traditional powder puff matches to recognizing girls flag football as a high school sport in 2013, Arizona possesses more than 100 flag football teams throughout the state. 3 teams to keep an eye on this season are the Xavier Prep Gators, the Mountain View Toros, and the Castile Colts. Starting with the Xavier Prep Gators, who had a young roster last season, went 8-4 and finished 2nd in 6A East Valley and 7th in 6A rankings overall. Although their run to win the state championship was cut short when they lost just short of 1 point to Red Mountain, the squad is going to come back eager to finish where they left off and continue their success throughout the season. The Gators play the Hamilton Huskies on September 17th at 7 p.m. at home. The Mountain View Toros had a successful season last year, ranking 2nd in 6A Fiesta and 9th in 6A overall. With an overall record of 9-3, the Toros were led to compete in the state championship where they held their own throughout and won the title on home ground against Mountain Ridge. Coming off of a championship win will fuel the Toros and motivate them to make it far again this season, starting with their first away game against the Eastmark Firebirds at 6 p.m. on September 17th. Lastly, the Castile Colts didn't exactly get the outcome they were hoping for, going 2-10 overall and ranking 18th in 6A. As the 2024 season is set to start in less than a month, the Colts have their eyes set on a successful run, looking to beat big competitors in their league, the Chandler Wolves and the Hamilton Huskies. It all starts with their first home game match of the season against the Gilbert Tigers on September 17th at 6 p.m. With competition right around the corner, each team still has plenty of time to prepare for what the 2024 season brings. With Varsity Sports, I'm Olivia Prickett.
Hi everyone, this is Roberto Astorga for the Varsity Sports Show. With the high school football season beginning another year, it is important to preview some of the teams poised to make noise. In the landscape of Arizona football, powerhouses like Saguaro, Chandler, and Centennial get a lot of attention. This time, I'll focus on a region that doesn't always get the attention it deserves. Let's take a trip to the White Mountains. Schools like Show, Blue Ridge, and Round Valley are all in 3A, representing their towns in the mountains. They play a tougher style of football with the pride they need to play for an entire town. One team I reached out to love their town and will do their best for it. Let me introduce to you the Snowflake Lobos. Coach K. Solomon's team is filled with experience at crucial positions like offensive line, running back, and defensive line. Solomon also trusts and believes in his players like starting quarterback, sophomore Jacob Leduc. The Lobos are shooting for a 4A region and conference title after they were moved up from 3A in recent years. With more experience and a second place finish in the region last year, the Lobos may just win it. Besides championships and records, Solomon stresses accountability, love, and humility. He wants his players to grow up and be great citizens, leaders, and fathers. Even though the White Mountains are a region sometimes forgotten, Coach Solomon and Snowflake are an example of what high school football should be all about. For the Varsity Sports Show, Roberto Astorga.
Hey guys, welcome back. Vince and Mac here live from Lake Poway State Park, and joining us on the line, our very own Roman Martinez, one of our broadcast colleagues out of Cronkite. Mac, of course, a senior at San Diego State University. Hey, so last night's game, I wanted to talk about our player of the game, linebacker, running back, Beckham Barney. Roman, you had done a little bit of research. What can you tell us about Beckham and maybe some of the trips that he took and where he's headed off to college?
Yeah, what an outstanding player, honestly, to be that tall and that way for an outside linebacker is, really agile player. As far as his future is concerned, he had offers from Cal, Columbia, ASU here in Arizona,
Columbia,
BYU, and Colorado State. So these D1 programs are honestly no joke. And, ultimately he chose to commit to Cal. He had a visit there on June 7th, and I'm looking forward to asking him, what ultimately led him to choosing the Golden Bears.
Yeah.
And, how excited he is for his future to go out of state, obviously coming from Mountain View in Arizona.
Awesome. So we have the post-game interviews from last night with Coach Andy Litten as well as player of the game, linebacker, running back, Beckham Barney. Corey, let's go ahead and run those.
Reporting to you from the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Hannah Mack here with head coach Andy Litten. The final score tonight against El Camino was 42-20. Big win for you guys. Congratulations. Way to start the season on a win. How are you feeling?
Euphoric. You put all that work in. It's been a tumultuous off season, learning the kids and learning the culture, and for us to come out and be able to get that first win, it's a load off the shoulders for sure.
Absolutely. Did anything about the outcome or performance of this game surprise you?
I thought I was really proud of our kids, how mentally strong they were. You just never know when your kids get in a tough situation. We got real close there in the second half, and our kids really reset and got tougher, in the long run, and were able to pull away in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, well fought. Is there anything that you'll be working on going into this next week of practice, facing off against Saguaro next week? Yeah,
so we got to shore up the turnovers. That was a big one. Kickoff, we need to make sure that we shore that up. I thought our coverage wasn't that great. But, it's nice when you have a kid like Beckham Barney that comes out and shows out for you and makes up for mistakes. So we definitely need to fix things up and get better from week 1 and week 2.
Well, thank you so much. Well fought. Good luck on the rest of your season.
Thank you. Hey, on Toro's on.
Signing off.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you. Reporting to you from the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Hannah Mack here with player of the game, Beckham Barney, number 10. How do you feel?
Pretty good. Good win from the team today, yeah.
Yeah, excellent. You had 2 tackles for losses and 3 touchdowns. What would you say was your personal highlight of the game?
Probably just getting the win, kind of coming back, seeing the scoreboard after. It's just a lot of work was put into this, and that was just a great feeling to be with the boys.
Absolutely. If you could shout out a teammate, what do you feel like a highlight of someone else on your team was?
I feel like Brody Anderson played a great game tonight, came in hard, hit the quarterback a lot, had a good pick six, so he kind of just flew around and led the defense tonight.
Well fought. Thank you so much. Good luck on the rest of your season.
Thank you.
Nice job, Hannah Mack, last night from working the sideline. That was her first foray into field correspondent sideline reporting, and she was on. It's funny. A player ran into our sideline camera tripod. Thank God nobody was hurt, but destroyed the tripod. One of the El Camino players. It felt terrible, but he got back up, and he actually felt bad. That's what the game is like. There was a lot of action going on down there, and you have to keep your head on a swivel, Mac, or else.
I've been on the sidelines before. Like when I was in high school, I was helping out with the varsity football team.
Yeah.
So I was on the sidelines, so I was very calculative where I wanted to be, because I know when the running backs coming right towards down the sideline, you got to get out of the way.
You got to get out of the way. My gosh, Roman, you ever get hit on the sideline of a game?
Not yet, Vince. Not yet. But I've been at those games where we've been covering them, and we've had to lose a few tripods here and there throughout the season.
Oh, God, we lost 3 last year. I'm so glad we brought an extra last night. Otherwise, we'd have been hurting. But anyway, guys, when we come back from the break, more action. We're going to be joined by Saguaro head football coach Darius Kelly after the break. Had a tough one that first go-around on Thursday night to a very, very good ALA Queen Creek team. And we're going to hear from Coach Kelly, kind of get a post-game wrap and a little bit of talk going into next week's game at Mountain View. Guys, don't go anywhere. Vince, Mac, and Roman will be back after the break here on the Varsity Sports Show, AM 1060, KDUS, Arizona. Go Varsity.
Catch the Doug Gottlieb Show weekdays from 1 to 3 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and online at KDUS1060.com.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Hello, this is local voiceover model and former Daddy Yankee stunt double, Mario Malaby. Be sure to DM us your questions for Ask Lucas on Twitter. And you are listening to the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Sumner, and I'm very excited to work with Varsity Sports Show. I've been doing this since freshman year, and I just love filming, and I'm so excited to film on the field, so catch me on the field. Thank you so much. Bye.
The Varsity Sports Show is once again proud to partner with Grand Canyon University Club Sports in 2024 and 25. Join us in our coverage of GCU Club Sports on Saturday's Varsity Sports Show and the rest of the week. We'll cover hockey, soccer, baseball, rugby, lacrosse, and more. The Lopes are back on the Varsity Sports Show.
Every Monday night, check out Ray Adams as he hosts the Monday Night Golf and Lifestyle Show from 6 to 7 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060, KDUS Arizona. Vince DeLisio, Mac Fam in San Diego, California, at Poway, Lake Poway State Park. Beautiful setting. And joined on the line by one of our broadcast colleagues from the Cronkite School of Mass Communications in Phoenix is Roman Martinez. And we're also joined by Saguaro SaberCats head football coach Darius Kelly, making his head coaching debut for the SaberCats last Thursday night. And you talk about scheduling. My gosh, this 2-year block has not been kind to the SaberCats, but you know what? You want to be the best, you got to play the best, you got to beat the best. And the team started off a little slow last year. We're 4-5 at one point. And what they do, had a chance to crawl themselves into a hole and get all the self-pity, but they didn't do that. They went out and won a 6A state championship. So, Coach Kelly, welcome to the program.
Vince, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Thank you.
Coach, you had a debut on Thursday night. It didn't exactly go the way that you wanted it to go in terms of the box score, but I'm going to turn it over to our very own Roman Martinez after I ask this question. I'm big on teachable moments. What are some teachable moments that you pulled from that game that you're going to focus on this week?
Well, I think the main thing for us, man, is just really taking care of the ball. I mean, we've had 4 interceptions last week and 1 turnover on down. So we're -3 in the turnover category. We had 2 stops on defense. I think the biggest thing for us is taking care of the ball, knowing our assignments, and really just making the plays when they get presented to us. And I think we're going to do a really good job this week of putting our guys in more tough situations and really finding out who they are as men, and they're going to step up to the challenge that we're going to have because we got another great challenge ahead of us this week.
Hey, Coach, how's it going? Roman here. Obviously a difficult home 38-10 loss against Queen Creek. What are some positive highlights that you can take away from this game heading into next week?
Yeah, I think one of the positive things I'd take away from this week is just our effort. We got a lot of guys playing on both sides of the ball, and a lot of guys we didn't tap out, and they played all 4 quarters, and they played really hard, and I think we're going to lean on that part alone and just, I think go with that and really go clean up all the things we need to clean up. But a positive aspect is our guys didn't tap out. They kept playing hard for 4 quarters, but we just got to clean up all the little things in order for us to get victories going forward.
Absolutely. And I actually had the privilege of being on standby for this game, so I was constantly checking Max Preps to see the updates as to what was going to happen. Winning this game a year ago, 49-35, what was the ultimate difference as to what changed this go-around?
Yeah, I think some of the things that are going to change this go-around is really, us just taking care of all the in-game adjustments. That was the biggest thing last year. We made some in-game adjustments, and Coach did a good job of making those adjustments at halftime to make it a difference. Because at one point last year, this game, offensively, Mountain View, we couldn't stop them at all. And we made some adjustments and making sure we do that. But us now, knowing Coach Litten and all the things they're going to bring to the table, we got a lot to prepare for, and just making sure we're prepared for every situation going in the game, so it's not a surprise when we have to make those adjustments. So just going in with multiple plans, because Coach Litten, man, he's a really great coach, and that offense of theirs and that defense of theirs, they're going to come in with new looks every week. So we just got to be prepared and do what we got to do to stop them and have be ready to go and change the pace of the game. So we'll just be ready to go in that aspect.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what's the message to your team in the locker room after a tough result like that? Obviously putting in that effort, just not taking care of the ball like you'd like to.
Yeah, go to work. Control the controllables, right? We can control taking care of the ball. All right, we can control making tackles. We can control the way we line up. We can control how we take a approach to the game week. We can control all those little things, right? You can't control injuries. You can't control what the rest are calling, but we got to control what we can control, and that's number one, just taking care of the ball and making sure we're lined up for one, making sure we're in our gaps, making sure we understand our assignments, and just paying attention to all the little details that go into a game week schedule. And I take that as a head coach very personal. And I'm not going to put it all on these kids and put it all on them, but as for me, we got to do a better job as in preparing these guys for it, because we know the situation we're in. We got a really lot of young guys on the field, a lot of young guys, and a freshman quarterback. Maybe we got to dial some things back and just continue to make it simple for them. But we're going to continue to make sure we are taking care of business on what we got to do to make sure these guys are prepared fully for the game. Because at the end of the day, they are high school kids, so we got to make it easy on them so they can go perform at their fastest and potential.
Yeah, and that's a great outlook to have, obviously playing Mountain View next week. Other than taking care of the ball, what do you need to do on the defensive side of things? Last night we saw them pull away from a talented El Camino side in California. So, can you give a little bit of insight as to what your team needs to do on the defensive side of things?
And for one, defensively, we got to tackle better. That's number one. I think I counted. We had 15 missed tackles in the first quarter, so that's number one. We have to have a burning desire to make sure we get that ball carrier on the ground. We got to get to our positions and get lined up, and that's number one. We have to have good eyes this week. Again, I can't stress this enough. Coach Lynn does a really good job of presenting that eye candy and making sure that you're on your P's and Q's. So we just got to make sure that our reads are where they need to be, and we're focused on what we need to focus on each and every play, because it may look like one thing, but it's definitely going to be another thing when it comes to Coach Litten and their offensive staff over there. So we really got to make sure we, for one, tackle and make sure our eyes in the right spots and do what we got to do.
Yeah, Coach, we are looking forward to seeing your team take some accountability and potentially bouncing back from this loss on last Thursday. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today, and best of luck to you, to your team, not only next week, but throughout the season.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Great job, Roman. Nice job. It's tough. It's tough to step into a situation when your head coach gets wins a state championship, and ironically, the previous head coach, Zach Hill, you talk about someone stepping into a situation. Zach Hill stepped into a situation from Jason Mons. Mons left to go coach college ball at Arizona State. Zach Hill, what did he do after he won state at Saguaro? Well, he's a coach with the Seattle Seahawks now. I mean, that is that is quite the incredible step. He's in the NFL, and you got Darius Kelly with the coaching pedigree in the background. He was a college football player. He spent some time in NFL training camp as well. He was defensive back, very talented, very soft-spoken, very humble. I've seen him away from the limelight, and he is just as genuine in person as he is as what he portrays. Always willing to give his time. Called me just out of the blue randomly the other night and said, "Hey, is there anything we need to talk about going into the game? Anything you need from me? Just let me know. I am all about it." And coaches aren't like that because they're so focused on trying to win games. But Coach Kelly is a little bit more personable in that he is focusing on being a good person and mentoring, good people. So that being said, these guys are going to win some games. I guarantee you, Saguaro is going to be back. One game does not define a season, as we found out last year. Like I said, 4-5 at one point, closing out the season and going on a run in the postseason and winning in dominant fashion. We called the game the semifinal game against Salpointe in Tucson, and they just dismantled the Lancers and ended up rolling to a 6A state championship win. Coming up next, our fine broadcast team, Griffin Engelberg, had a chance to call the Salpointe Marana game last night down in Tucson at Marana High School with the National Football Foundation Southern Arizona Chapter Game of the Week. We're going to be doing a Southern Arizona Game of the Week. We're partnering up with National Football Foundation down there, and our good friend Lisa Mandel, who is one of the bigwigs with the Southern Arizona Chapter. Really appreciate the opportunity to work with those folks. Griffin's going to report on a preview of Salpointe football. Take it away, Corey.
This is Griffin Engelberg from the University of Arizona reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. As the Salpointe Catholic Lancers prepare for the 2024 football season, excitement is building around Tucson. Coming off a successful 2023 campaign where they finished with a solid 10-3 record and advanced to the quarterfinals of the state playoffs, the Lancers are poised to make another strong run this year. With a mix of returning talent and new leadership under head coach Pat Ryden, the team is focused on building upon last year's achievements and aiming for a deeper playoff push. One of the cornerstones of this year's team is linebacker Dinos Drosos, who was a standout player last season. Drosos, a first-time All-Region selection, recorded 72 tackles and 8 sacks, showcasing his ability to disrupt opposing offenses. His leadership on the defensive side will be crucial, especially as the Lancers face tougher competition this year. Another key player is slot-back receiver Nathan Spivey, who led the team with 44 receptions totaling 450 yards and 5 touchdowns last season. Spivey's agility and reliable hands make him a pivotal part of the Lancers' offensive strategy, and he's expected to be a go-to target once again in 2024. Salpointe's first challenge of the season is a high-stakes matchup against Marana High School, one of Tucson's top-ranked teams. Marana, currently ranked 3rd in the city, boasts a formidable squad that is widely regarded as a strong contender for the 5A state championship. This game is set to be a true test for the Lancers, not only because Marana's ranking, but also because it will be a litmus test for Salpointe's ability to complete at the highest level this season. The Lancers have maintained a remarkable 27-game winning streak against Southern Arizona teams, a streak that dates back to 2017. However, Marana's explosive offense and solid defense present a significant challenge, and how Salpointe responds could set the tone for the rest of their season. Overall, the 2024 season promises to be an exciting one for Salpointe Catholic. Friday's game against Marana will be a critical early season test, and fans can expect a thrilling battle on the field as these two powerhouses collide. As the Lancers embark on this new season, all eyes will be on how they handle the pressure and whether they can maintain their dominance in Southern Arizona football. This is Griffin Engelberg with the Varsity Sports Show. Thank you for your time.
This is Stella from Arizona State University, reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. Don't just set your eyes on football. Your volleyball season is back too. And those girls volleyball matches taking place in Arizona will never disappoint you. So our season openers will be held on Wednesday along with many more matches the next day. Well, the 6A defending champion, O'Connor Eagles, will have their first match kicked off against the Millennium Tigers, who lost the 5A finals last year. This is gonna be a fun matchup because what the Eagles had done last year was incredible. 34 wins with only 1 loss in the regular season. We'll see if this newly added Millennium team can stop the champ in the 6A conference. Another team worth our attention is the powerhouse Horizon Huskies. I mean, in sports, we always say teams with 3 consecutive titles create a dynasty. Well, that's how we're gonna start viewing those Huskies, as they just completed a 3-peat last year by beating Millennium. Well, although Millennium is no longer here in this conference, we can still expect a competitive state volleyball race in the 5A conference this year for sure, as every team is gonna do their best to dethrone the Huskies, right? Well, there's no doubt we'll be having an amazing volleyball season. And guys, don't forget the first Arizona Fall Tournament's TUSD Invitational and House of Pain Girls Volleyball Tournament will be held in Tucson and Chandler on August 30th and 31st. I'm Stella Tye from Arizona State University, and you're listening to KDUS am1060 Radio.
This is Jesse Davis from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication at Arizona State University, reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. Today, I will be reporting on the top-ranked teams in Arizona's high school boys football open division and their strength of schedule heading into this season. The top 3 teams in the open division last season all had a record of 9-1, with the Liberty Lions ranking first, the Basha Bears second, and the Centennial Coyotes third. The Coyotes have the toughest schedule of the 3 teams, with games against the Hamilton Huskies and the Highland Hawks, who are both in the Open League, along with the top 3 ranked teams in the 6A, including the Brophy Prep Broncos, Salpointe Catholic Lancers, and Saguaro Sabercats. The Bears, who are ranked second in the Open Division, have the easiest strength of schedule, including going up against the South Mountain Jaguars, who are ranked 42nd in the 5A Division, and Perry Pumas and Castile Colts, who are ranked 6th and 8th in the 6A Division. The Lions, who are ranked first in the Open Division, have the toughest schedule out of the 3 teams who ended with a 9-1 record, as they are set to go up against the Centennial Coyotes and Chandler Wolves, who are ranked 3rd and 4th in the Open Division. The Lions also go up against the Salpointe Catholic Lancers, Saguaro Sabercats, and the Pinnacle Pioneers, who finished 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in the 6A Division. Arizona boys high school football is now underway, and everyone is excited about that. From the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Jesse Davis.
Those are some great updates there from our team in Griffin Engelberg, Stella Tye, and Jesse Davis. Upcoming after this break, I'll talk to Mac a little bit about his plans after SDSU, and we'll get to hear some more stories from our Julia Coyne and Quinton Pressley. Thank you so much for joining us on the Varsity Sports Show.
Check out KDUS AM 1060 on 100.7 KSLX HD2. That's right, HD radio on 100.7 channel number 2.
Hello, sports fans. This is Dick Stockton, and you are listening to Arizona's home of youth, high school, college, and you, the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060, KDUS, Arizona.
The Varsity Sports Show is proud to once again be the official broadcast team of the Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference. We are back for another year of HJCAC football. We'll bring you the JUCO Game of the Week, on-site live coverage, weekly JUCO report on Saturday morning's Varsity Sports Show, and coming this fall, the weekly Coaches Show with Coach Doug Medoski. Stay tuned for more. JUCO football is alive and well in Arizona. Brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show and the HJCAC.
Hello everybody, my name is Saleh and I am thrilled to be interning with the Varsity Sports Show this fall. I am from Chicago, Illinois, and sports have always been a huge part of my life. Being my last semester at Cronkite, I'm excited to learn as much as I can and be a part of this team here. I'm ready to put out content for Varsity Sports Show immediately and get started. Thank you guys.
Hello everyone, my name is AdrianPromo, and I am very excited to be joining the Varsity Sports Show team as their Gainesville correspondent. I am a third-year sports media major at the University of Florida, and my dream is to become a sports broadcaster and radio host. I can't wait to provide you all with the best content and news surrounding Gainesville sports.
HD Radio is here for KDUS AM 1060. Check out your favorite shows and games on 100.7 KSLX HD2.
KDUS 1060. I'm here with Mac Fam. Mac, how's it going at SDSU? What's your major and what year are you? And what are your plans for, after graduation?
It's going great. I'm currently majoring in journalism with a minor in communications. And Man, as of right now, if everything goes well, this would be my last semester at state before graduation. Man, in terms of like future, definitely gotta be applying for jobs. As of the moment right now, I'm doing everything I can to make sure I build my resume, polish my resume, and make it as best as possible as I go through the job applications. How about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually here at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications in the downtown Phoenix campus. As far as plans after the graduation, I am a senior, so still figuring things out. But I actually had the privilege of working for Red Bull this past summer, just in event logistics. So kind of just orchestrating, the smooth sailing of events that they're at. But in terms of journalism, would love to one day anchor or potentially host a radio show myself. And so, yeah, just super excited to be in this internship and gain some hands-on experience.
I love that. I like what you say at the end there. Gaining hands-on experience. That is the biggest thing that I got out of this internship as a former intern, is just being able to get the repetitions and actually like build experience by actually getting my hands on the Varsity Sports Show and contributing to the show.
Yeah, and what's the culture like over there at SDSU? Are students constantly going to the beach? I know San Diego has amazing weather.
Yeah, so you know what? It's funny that you asked that, because the first week of school, there was always a lot of foot traffic on campus. And then by like week 4, week 5 of the semester, the campus, I'll tell you, it is deserted. Even at like 12 p.m. on a random Tuesday, you couldn't even tell. We have about like 30,000 people that attend the school. You couldn't even tell that 30,000 people attended school. I don't even see like not even 1,000 people like in a day when I walk around the campus. But man, a lot of people, they do go to the beach, especially the kids out of state when they come here to San Diego. Everyone wants to come here for the weather, so you know that the students, they definitely want to be going to the beach, after class or after work, so they can hit the beach and get a tan in or something like that, hit the waves, anything along the coastlines, man.
Absolutely, and thanks for that, Mac. Now we're going to send it to one of our segments here on the Varsity Sports Show.
I'm Julia Coyne at Arizona State University for the Varsity Sports Show. Unified sports are sporting events similar to those of a varsity, junior varsity, or freshman team, but caters to those who have disabilities such as a lower IQ, difficulty with adaptive skills, and intellectual disabilities such as autism. In order for a student to be eligible to play a unified sport, they have to have a physical examination. Those who play in unified sports do not have disabilities that apply them to the Special Olympics, but are enough to where they would struggle in a school sports setting that has a varsity and a junior varsity team. Unified sports merges athletes with and without disabilities. A unified partner is only allowed to participate in team sports such as soccer and basketball if they do not play the sport for their high school. Individual sports such as track and swim are the only cases in which a unified partner is allowed to participate when they are also on their high school teams. Athletes are required to practice in a minimum of 8 practices of 60 minutes each during that particular sports season. The goal of unified sports is to encourage students who have disabilities to work in a team setting, build confidence, and achieve excellence in a fun learning environment that merges these high schoolers together. With Varsity Sports, I'm Julia Coyne.
What's good, Varsity Sports Show? I'm Quinton Pressley from Arizona State University, and today I'm going to be previewing one of the best 3A teams, the Valley Christian Trojans. Let's get right into it. The number 4 ranked Trojans have some unfinished business to handle after losing the playoffs last season to Paradise Honor, 72-56. It's a new year, so that means new QB for Valley Christian. They lost senior Gunnar Link, but it seems like junior Gill will be the next quarterback to receive the keys. On August 23rd, Valley Christian waltzed past the Tempe Buffaloes 48-0 in their 2024-25 home opener. Their next 2 games will be on the road against Florence and Thatcher High, And after that, the Trojans will face off against the Seton Catholic Sentinels in their own Coliseum. Will Valley Christian live up to expectations? Only time will tell. I'm Quinton Pressley for Varsity Sports, and I'll catch you next time.
Those are some great updates there from Julia Coyne and Quinton Pressley, who I have the privilege of working with in this internship for Varsity Sports Show, as well as you, Mac. Mac, we talked about it a little bit, your involvement at SDSU, not only, while you're there, but shortly after. What organizations and clubs are you involved in on campus?
Yeah, so I started off my junior year joining the school's radio program. It's called KCR College Radio. And that's where I got my experience. That's where I started getting experience on running a radio show and doing a podcast on sports. And I think that was really one of the biggest contributions to my resume and how I was able to land the internship for the Varsity Sports Show. And then I got involved with the Daily Aztec, our school newspaper, where I covered a variety of sports games from football, basketball, volleyball, soccer, all the sports here at SDSU. And then also, just outside of the school, I also joined a basketball online news website called The Lead. And that's where I write about basketball. I do a lot of X's and O's. I do a lot of breakdowns on the basketball games, do analysis on the previous NBA games, and I do write a lot of opinion, of course, backed with evidence. So I think those were really the primary things I've done outside of the classroom to really help me build my resume, and that's how I really involved myself with the school campus. And also, I've actually for the Asian American Journalism Association, the SDSU chapter. For this semester, I'm serving as the vice president, so it's really cool to be able to be part of the leadership room, and again, just build my resume and have it all add up on the resume, gain experience, and being able to just connect with people. How about yourself?
No, that's huge news, Mac. Congrats. As far as myself goes, I'm involved in clubs Blaze Radio and Inferno Intel. Blaze Radio is actually the largest student-run organization at Arizona State University other than Greek Life, for many of you who don't know. So it's a pretty big deal. We got people from all walks of life, not even necessarily just journalism or sports journalism majors joining the club, making an impact. So that's been great, obviously doing pregame and postgame coverage for them on their radio for football games. And then for Inferno Intel, I love writing, doing photography and videography work whenever I can for various sports such as soccer and softball, and hoping to get on the basketball team coverage for next semester. Is there anything else that you can speak of about that KCR radio show?
KCR radio show, it is just a great way for people to just get on the air and talk about whatever they want. And I think it's just a great way to just talk about life, and I think it's just a great way to connect with people too.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you have a favorite sport that you cover?
And yeah. I mean, it's just our hometown, the Aztecs. And now we're gonna head to break. Roman, take us away.
Hey, what's good, Varsity Sports Show? My name is Quinton Pressley, and I'll be a senior at Arizona State University studying sports journalism. In fall 2024, I'll be joining the broadcast and production team, and I am very excited to be bringing coverage about high school and college sports week in and week out.
The AngryCrabShack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. AngryCrabShack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The AngryCrabShack in Tempe. Come ready to eat. APAC is your one-stop source for all your automotive and heavy-duty air conditioning parts, supplies, and equipment. They're family-owned and have been the Valley's go-to for all your auto AC needs since 1982. Whether it's for your everyday or vintage car, commercial, or off-road vehicle or equipment, APAC has you covered. Call APAC, AAPAK, the AC experts at 602-254-1116 and ask for the Varsity Special to get 10% off your purchase.
Hey everyone, my name is Stella, currently studying at Arizona State University for a master's degree in sports journalism. This fall, I'll be an intern at Varsity Sports Show, looking forward to bringing the best sports stories around the country to you guys.
Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show, where our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating an unmatched platform to showcase talent both in front of and behind the microphone, in radio, television, podcast, and live streaming. The Varsity Sports Show, still your home for youth, high school, college, and you in Arizona and beyond.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix. AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
This program is paid for by the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit educational organization, and its partners.
You're listening to the Varsity Sports Show, home of Arizona's youth, high school, college sports, and you, empowering education and enabling dreams, right here on KDUS AM 1060 in Arizona. And now, welcome to the Varsity Sports Show.
All right, guys, it is time for the GCU Club Report, and as you know, we've starting year 3 of this incredible partnership with Grand Canyon University and all the fine sports that are offered there, and all the young people and the coaches. Oh, the coaches, the stories that we have to tell. Joining us on the line is Tye Dutcher. He is the water polo coach for Grand Canyon University, has quite the storied history, and while we moved out west for our show this week in covering, focusing on Grand Canyon and Coach Dutcher coming from the Central Valley of California. Coach, thanks for joining us here on the Varsity Sports Show. And I want to dig right in, first of all, and ask you, you were a Paralympian, 8 years ago in Brazil. What was that experience like?
Yeah, Vince, thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm really grateful for this opportunity to just share my story and what's going on currently in my life. 8 years ago, I was 19 years old in the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games. An absolute whirlwind of an experience. I'm just filled with gratitude that I got to represent my country. You know, I lost my foot when I was 11 years old in a lawnmower accident. I was sneaking up behind my dad with a rubber band gun. He was on a riding lawnmower, didn't know I was there. I wanted to shoot him because I thought it'd be funny, and he reached the edge of the lawn and put it in reverse. I stumbled to the ground. The back right tire went on my right foot as he backed it up, and the blade completely got my foot. Was airlifted to a medical center in Sacramento, California, underwent 4 surgeries within 11 days, and they amputated 2 inches above my ankle. But the first words I said to my mom out of my first surgery, I said, "Mom, I know this happened for a reason." So I've lived my life with purpose since then. And I've always been in the pool. I have 4 older siblings that were in the military. I couldn't unfortunately join the military because I'm an amputee, and they don't allow amputees to join, even though I tried talking to recruiters and everything. So my way of serving and representing my country was to dig deep, work hard, and compete for Team USA to represent my country. And by the grace of God, I was able to do that in Rio. So it was an amazing experience.
That's a heck of a way to serve your country, is qualify for the Olympics, for God's sakes. But
Yeah.
now, talk about that experience. I mean, you're 18, 19 years old, and you're on a worldwide stage. I mean, we're talking like 1 billion people tune into the Olympics. And what was that like?
In Rio, you don't really feel that until you actually get out and get on the block. And my main event was 100 backstrokes. So you jump into the pool, and then you're just hanging on to the ledge, basically. and you're just sitting there, and you just have this moment of pause. I remember this so specifically, where you have a crowd of probably at least, I think, like 20 to 30,000 people in the stadium, and it's just like your heart just like feels like it stops beating. But as soon as they say take your mark, you get up and they let you go, buzzer goes, then you're off and you do what you're supposed to do. But it's a dream to represent my country, first off. So I was able to accomplish and achieve that dream by hard work and determination, day in and day out, 6 days a week, pumping 12 to 13,000 meters a day, where I was training at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs at the time to make the games.
So you're coaching now. This is your second, third year leading the Grand Canyon program. Let's say I'm one of your athletes, and I come to you and I say, hey, Coach, you know what? I can't get in the pool today. I got a headache. What do you say to them? I'm sorry, I got to loosen it up, but I got to ask you that question.
It's a great question. I can say, look, I've made that excuse before too. And when I usually don't get into the pool and I just go back and sit at home and make an excuse up like that, where your head is hurting, is your head really hurting, or you just not want to get in and put the work in? But I've made that mistake before too, where I've made that excuse and I've learned from it, and I felt like crap for not getting in and putting in that work, because when it comes time to compete and play for your team needs you, you need you, we need you all together. So let's get yourself in the pool, and I guarantee you're going to feel a lot better once you start training and practicing. Now, obviously, if they're deathly sick, I'm going to be like, go back and get your rest, but come back into the pool and let me know when you're better. But you better be being honest with me, because if one fails, we all fail, and we're a team together. So we need to continue to just eliminate these excuses and just work hard and have that determined attitude, because you go into work saying you have a headache. In the real world, they're not going to let that fly. You gotta get in there and do your job, and through thick and thin. Unless you're throwing up or have a fever of 101 or something, then we have another situation. But if you're not throwing up or have a fever, that's kind of my rule, basically.
Yeah.
Get in and do the work, because I need you here. So that's what I would tell them.
When you are recruiting athletes, and you get multi-sport athletes, the benefit of participating in water polo, even as a leisure activity, it is an intense sport. But what skills does it build in an athlete?
Oh man, I mean, just physical. You're getting every single muscle group. You're hitting every single muscle group. You're playing. It's like playing soccer and rugby in the water, essentially. So from a physical standpoint, you are. Oh man, it is incredibly exhausting, but it's very rewarding at the end, especially when you shoot a goal or get an assist or get a block, whatever it may be. On the mental standpoint, though, it builds so much character, because you have to really have a lot of self-control. If you don't and get angry or slap the water or try and hit somebody in the face or something, you're getting a red card or you're getting rolled and you're out of there. So you have to have a lot of self-control, even when people aren't treating you fairly and the ref doesn't see it. So you're building a lot of self-control and character that way, but also you're building up just an attitude to just get back up. And you're going to be facing a lot of trials inside the pool, going back and forth. You got to really have in your head, I can't give up. This is my team that I'm competing for, that I'm swimming with, and I need to continue to go back and forth in the pool and just not give up. I mean, so outside of the water, with that mental aspect, you're going to be able to be a little bit more successful in life, because you're able to deal with something so hard and complicated in the water.
All right, Coach Tye Dutcher, head coach of the Grand Canyon University water polo team. Coach, thanks again and a former Olympian, Paralympian 2016, Rio de Janeiro. Coach, thanks again for joining us here on the Varsity Sports Show. Very inspiring story, and good luck.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. This has been a great opportunity.
And welcome to hour number 2 of the Varsity Sports Show. Vince DeLisio and Mac Pham. Mac, of course, part of our summer broadcast team. Mac completing studies, college. You're going to be graduating here in a couple months from San Diego State University. And joining us on the line, one of our newest broadcast team members. He's in week number 2 out of Cronkite School of Mass Communication. Guys, you're going to hear that name, Cronkite School of Mass Communications, a lot this fall, because we have 35 team members from Cronkite. We are far and away the, I don't know, this isn't a popularity contest, but we're the most popular in terms of the internships at Cronkite. We're not the biggest, but people like us for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know what it is. Well, we'll ask him. Ian Monhay. Ian, how are you, sir? Hello, Ian. You got to unmute. Are you there?
Hey, can you hear me this time? Sorry about
yes,
that.
we can hear you. No. How's it going on a Saturday morning?
Oh, I'm doing good. I mean, I was up real early today, so this is definitely a little bit more foreign to me, and had a little bit of internet connection issues for a little bit there. But I'm happy to be on with you, Vince and Mac. You guys did a great job hosting the first hour of the show, as well as Roman. So again, I'm very excited to be here.
Honored and privileged. So anyway, we are excited to have you. You know, you give us and I want you to be honest, okay? Honesty is okay. There is no wrong answer here. Honesty is good. How has the first week working with the Varsity Sports Show been with you? Be 100% honest.
I mean, it's everything that you tell me. It's everything that you told me before I started everything.
And
you
what
know,
was
it's
that?
going to
That
be
it was glamorous, and you're going to be taking trips, and yeah.
Trips is putting it lightly. I mean, I'm from Buckeye, so everything's a 45-minute drive. But it's everything that you said that it is. It's hard work. It's something that we have to have a level of passion about, and I'm very passionate about basketball, about football, about the stuff that I'm seeing and what we do around here. I told you off of the air that I love doing radio and I love doing podcasting, and being able to work on those things here as well as enhance some of my other skills that are necessary in the sports journalism industry is something that I'm very proud of. I'm very proud to have that name attached to me.
What are your goals this semester, part of this team, as part of this team, knowing what we do, learning about what we do? What do you want to accomplish? Because everybody's got a footprint, an imprint that they want to make things, a little different and do things different and also grow in the process.
Yeah, I mean, everything, I pride myself for this semester on being a little bit different. I've been very naive to what I can and can't do. I've always pigeonholed myself into only being a podcaster, being a radio show host. I told you a couple of nights ago that I had never done play-by-play. I've never done color commentary. It is just a matter of enhancing those skills, learning what niches I can develop. And honestly, man, if nothing else, I want to be able to connect well with everybody that I'm around. Be friendly, be a good person around all of the other interns that are around me.
Speaking of, I'm going to put you on the spot. We talk about the 3 rules with the Varsity Sports Show. Mac, you got a dose of this over the summer. Well, Ian, do you remember the 3 rules of Varsity Sports Show?
I think I remember be early and be nice, and there's one other.
Okay, there's 2. What's the third one, Mac? Do you remember?
Honestly, I only remember be nice.
Be early, be nice. Thank you for remembering those 2, and be flexible. Those are the 3. And if you can master or at least maintain all 3 of those over the course of not only this semester but beyond in your life, can you imagine how many opportunities would be open to you? Because, all 3 of those apply in our everyday life, in our relationships, and I get challenged. I get challenged, too, of trying to maintain those 3. But it's not like you have to come in with these incredible skill sets and technical background and in broadcasting. Those are things that can be developed, but the 3 rules are hard to maintain. So if you can pull that off, you're going to go far, not only in this industry, but in life. So be early, be nice, be flexible. Guys, I got to tell you, Ian, I am really excited about you joining our team as with everybody else that's been a part of this team. But we haven't had a lot of local representation, nor have we had a lot of West Valley representation. You're coming to us from Buckeye, and we have a great relationship with Buckeye. Speaking of Buckeye, Ian, who do we have coming up after the break?
So coming up after the break, you guys, we have Buckeye Union football head coach Pooney Ellis. He is going to be live. I believe he played a game against Texas, against First Baptist Academy last night. A tough loss there, but we are so thrilled to welcome Pooney back to the show.
Yeah, the Buckeye Hawks, they take a trip every year. And last year they were in Kauai, Hawaii. I had a chance to go out there and play at Waimea High School. I broadcasted that game. Last night they were in Dallas playing First Baptist, like you said, Ian. It was a tough one, but there's always growth from each experience. And Coach Ellis and his family of coaches and athletes and administrators are going to come back, and they have playoffs last year. They're going to do it again this year. So don't go anywhere, guys. When we come back from the break, Vince, Ian, and Mac, we'll be right back here on the Varsity Sports Show, AM 1060, KDUS, Arizona. Go Varsity.
Ready to bring KDUS AM 1060 into your home with Alexa?
Hi, I'm Alexa.
Download the KDUS AM 1060 skill and enable. Then say, Alexa, open KDUS AM 1060.
This is where I start my day.
APAC is your one-stop source for all your automotive and heavy-duty air conditioning parts, supplies, and equipment. They're family-owned and have been the Valley's go-to for all your auto AC needs since 1982. Whether it's for your everyday or vintage car, commercial, or off-road vehicle or equipment, APAC has you covered. Call APAC, AAPAK, the AC experts at 602-254-1116 and ask for the Varsity Special to get 10% off your purchase. The Varsity Sports Show is proud to once again be the official broadcast team of the Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference. We are back for another year of HJCAC football. We'll bring you the JUCO Game of the Week, on-site live coverage, weekly JUCO report on Saturday morning's Varsity Sports Show, and coming this fall, the weekly Coaches Show with Coach Doug Medoski. Stay tuned for more. JUCO football is alive and well in Arizona. Brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show and the HJCAC.
Hi, my name is Sarah.Singh, and I'm currently a rising junior at Arizona State University, more specifically the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications. I'm so excited to be joining the Varsity Sports Show team this fall as a technical director intern, and I can't wait to see what we all achieve as a team.
The Thursday night high school flag football game of the week is back. 8 weeks of coverage beginning Thursday, September 19th. Every game begins at 6 p.m. Join the varsity team as we travel the valley featuring your favorite teams, including Saturday morning radio segments. The Thursday night flag football game of the week is back on the Varsity Sports Show.
You are listening to
the Varsity Sports Show.
The Varsity Sports Show. Thursday night
flag football game of the week.
Flag football game of the week.
Need social information about KDUS AM 1060? Try KDUS1060.com, at KDUS AM 1060 on Twitter, and Facebook.com/KDUS AM 1060.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. Vince DeLisio, Mac Pham, and Ian Monhay. And joining us on the line, live from Dallas, Texas, Buckeye High School. That's right, I said Dallas. Buckeye High School head football coach Pooney Ellis. Coach Ellis, good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning. Sorry about the noise in the background. Our team's at Six Flags right now, so we're kind of enjoying it.
I'll tell you what.
We head back tomorrow.
Coach, last year in Kauai, we did a lot of activities. We in Oahu, we went to Pearl Harbor. We did a luau. You were the star of that show, and now you guys are at Six Flags. Man, you guys are having a great time bonding as a team.
Yes, sir. I think it's important, get together. Even though we didn't get that win last night, it's important that we honor victory and defeat. So we want to make sure, the kids come out here, we have a good time, and get back at work on Monday.
So one of our team members, Ian Monhay, he is a Buckeye High School graduate. I'm going to turn it over to Ian because he's got some questions for you. Ian, take it away.
Yes, I actually didn't say this on the broadcast, but a few years ago in my sports reporting class, I actually had the privilege of covering Buckeye Union High School, and I got to meet Coach Pooney and the rest of the squad. So, Coach Pooney, first of all, it's great to hear from you again. And two, I wanted to get this one out of the way because it is a little bit more foreign to me. I don't see a lot of teams in my area going out of state for these games, so I just want to know what the purpose of those games are, and ultimately, what is the value? What is the importance of that to your team, to your coaching staff, to yourself even?
The Valley is just getting the kids not not really exposure. It's more playing teams out of state, seeing different style of football. We went to Hawaii last year, and we've seen the physicality of football and the way they played football on the islands. And coming up here to Texas, it's the same experience. They're really disciplined. Dallas First Baptist Academy, they're defending state champions, and they had some dudes out there on the field. Every receiver was over 6'2", and it was a great experience for us. We didn't come out on top, but I think we played well. We have a very young team, so it's more going to different states, seeing their style of football, so that the kids get out of there and get that experience.
Yeah, I mean, I'm familiar with the Hawaii trip. So first of all, that it's really awesome that you guys are able to do so. To get a little bit more into the game, I did just want to ask, yeah, it was a tough loss. What were some of the positive things that you were able to see from your squad that you could take when you get back to Arizona?
Well, the one positive I really like is we had a freshman quarterback that started this game, and he did a really good job. Our starting quarterback, he's a junior. He got hurt right before we came to Texas. The freshman came in, he stepped up, did really well. Our defense was flying all over the ball. It just we just got to finish up and make tackles, make plays. But the positive is I like the way the kids flew around the field, and we got two really good receivers in Davon Standard and Salvador Castro that can really make it happen. So with a young team we have this year, we don't have too many senior leadership on the team. I'm really excited going into the season.
And I wanted to talk about the senior leadership again. You just said there isn't too many senior leaders on your squad. But what I did take away from your squad when I was covering you guys 2 years ago was you guys are very together. You guys have great team chemistry, a great team culture. Did you see anything out on the field last night or anything in the locker room that sort of reflects that great culture that you guys have built up?
Yes, I mean that's a big thing to me, and I think with the amount of sophomores I have on our squad this year and freshmen, I actually have two freshmen starting for us. I think it opened their eyes with the upperclassmen. During the game, the adversity we faced on the field, and having each other's back, and I think they've seen a little bit of that last night instead of standing on the side, moaning, poping. You know how it goes when you're down on the field. They've seen that senior leadership with those upperclassmen, getting everybody, excited, get back on the field. So I think that was great last night.
Yeah, one last question before we let you go. I did just want to ask, how do you expect your team to respond going into the next game and into the future?
Well, I have that one mentality. I tell the team, we're always moving on to the next game after that game, win or loss. So starting today, we're focused on our next game, and that's Yonkers High School. That's our rival team. They're only about 2 miles away from us. So our team's really excited. They're really excited. They're really ready to get back to Arizona because they want to start and get working for that game against Yonkers.
All right. And that is all that I have for you today, Coach Pooney. Coach Pooney, I appreciate you joining the show, and good luck the rest of the season, sir.
I appreciate it, Ian. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Again, that was Coach Pooney Ellis from Buckeye Union High School at Six Flags, he was saying, over in Texas. That was a really, really fun thing. I was actually born in the Six Flags area in California, and I'm still learning that there's just so many more Six Flags around the area. What did you guys take away from that interview?
I think he gave plenty of great insight. It's always nice to hear that from a coach. I think you got some great information out of him. He talked about the culture, so good stuff, man.
All right, and I think that will wrap it up for that segment. Again, that was Pooney Ellis. We are so stoked. Coming up here real soon, we're going to have Saleh reporting the NAU football preview. Please do not go anywhere. We have that coming up, as well as an interview real soon with the Horizon Huskies football head coach Tyson Ditmore. So again, you guys do not go anywhere. We will be right back real soon. And here is Saleh.
This is Saleh from Arizona State University, reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. With high school football officially upon us, Flagstaff's own Coconino Panthers' varsity team looks to make a deep playoff run in the 4A this season. Their year kicks off this week, and the Panthers will attempt to capitalize on a successful 2023 season. The team finished last season with a 7-4 record before being eliminated 23-20 by Arcadia in the 4A playoffs. Despite having a 2-4 away record last season, the Panthers went undefeated on their home field and will look to keep that momentum into this season. Coconino's lead rusher last season, Bridger French, graduated after a groundbreaking year where he finished with 1,673 rushing yards and 26 rushing touchdowns in just 11 games played. While French's departure will be a significant loss for the team, senior Fernando Ramirez will look to fill that spot and keep Coconino's dominant rushing attack intact. Panthers head coach Gary Cook, who has almost 30 years of coaching experience both in Arizona and in Michigan, will attempt to get this program a 4A championship this season. For the Varsity Sports Show, this is Saleh Awad reporting.
What's going on? This is Cooper Holman from the Varsity Sports Show, here to provide you with a little season preview on a team located in the East Valley, the Mountain View Toros out of Mesa. The Toros come into the season with some fresh faces, including their new play caller, former Horizon head coach, Coach Andy Litten. His last 3 seasons at Horizon, Litten posted a 21-10 record and won the 2021 5A championship. The new head coach will replace Joe Germain, who took the athletic director and head coaching job at the American Leadership Academy in Mesa. Litten is hoping to build on last season's success, provide some stability to the program, and give a new direction on a squad looking to make a deep postseason run. 2 players Coach Litten is hoping to build around this season are senior quarterback Brady Goodman and senior linebacker Beckham Barney. Coach Litten's eyes lit up when Goodman was brought up in a recent interview with AZ Central, saying the quarterback was fun to work with, has a great arm, and is a very deceptive athlete who knows where to run. Coach Litten also called the senior intelligent. With his 4.0 GPA, hopefully Goodman can hit his receivers as well as he hits the books. As for Beckham Barney, the former safety-turned linebacker has sideline-to-sideline speed and a nose for the football. Beckham's instincts make it easy for Coach Litten to play him inside or outside and display his versatile skill set. Look out for Barney flying around the field making plays on Friday night. With a lot of new faces entering the locker room, the expectations are rising for the Mountain View Toros. With Coach Litten's fresh energy, a roster who's embraced their new staff, and talent like Goodman and Barney, I wouldn't be surprised if the Toros bullfight their way to a deep playoff run. Fans can check out the new look Toros on Friday night in Oceanside, California, as they take on the El Camino Wildcats. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. This has been Cooper Holman signing off from Varsity Sports. Let's make today a great day.
Hi, I'm Janice Reyes from Arizona State University, and I'm here to give you a preview on the top 2A Arizona high school football teams. These teams were able to come by a win for their season opener games. First on the list is the Santan Charter, with a win against Scottsdale Christian Academy with the final score of 23-6. Senior player Uriah Nellums with 140 yards and Kristen Munoz with 7 tackles. Next is Pima High School with a final score of 41-0 against Globe High School. A notable player is Jeremiah Martinez with 182 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Next on the list is Santa Cruz Valley with a final score of 52-0 against Chandler Prep. A notable player is Jonathan Ramos with 60 rushing yards. Lastly on the list is Tonopah Valley High School with a final score of 40-0 against Cortez High School. A notable player is Najee Cooper with 4 touchdowns. It looks like we have a good season ahead of us. I'm Janice Reyes reporting from Varsity Sports Show.
And thank you again to Saleh, Cooper, and James for their amazing previews. Again, that was Saleh talking about NAU football, Cooper talking about the Mountain View Toros, and James Reyes talking about the 2A football preview. When we come back from the break, we will be live with Horizon Huskies football head coach Tyson Ditmore after a very dominant victory last night over Canyon View. Again, my name is Ian Monhay. I am with Mac Pham and Vince DeLisio from am1060 KDUS, Arizona. And my name is Ian Monhay from Arizona State University. We will be right back after the break.
Your caddy, Ray Adams, takes you beyond the 18th hole on Saturday mornings with Great American Golf from 6 to 7 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
The AngryCrabShack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. AngryCrabShack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The AngryCrabShack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Hi, this is former NBA All-Star and coach Doug Collins, and you're listening to the home of youth, high school, college, and you, the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona.
Hey everyone, my name is Marco Sagai, and this fall I'll be an intern at the Varsity Sports Show. I was born and raised in Cottage Grove, Minnesota, by two loving parents and alongside two caring siblings. I've been a sports podcast host for over 2 years now. The best part about it has been going through experiences in my field while also being able to interact with some of my closest friends. As far as hobbies go, fashion has been pretty important to me since I graduated high school. I also love watching sports like soccer and football. And playing sports is pretty fun too. That's it for now. I look forward to a fantastic internship experience with the Varsity Sports Show.
The Varsity Sports Show is once again proud to partner with Grand Canyon University Club Sports in 2024 and 25. Join us in our coverage of GCU Club Sports on Saturday's Varsity Sports Show and the rest of the week. We'll cover hockey, soccer, baseball, rugby, lacrosse, and more. The Lopes are back on the Varsity Sports Show.
Have you downloaded the KDUS AM 1060 skill for Alexa yet?
Food. Alexa is frustrated. No matter how many times do you ask, the answer is mail, chicken.
Once you're ready, say Alexa, open KDUS AM 1060 to listen to your favorite shows.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. Vince DeLisio and Mac Pham live from Lake Poway State Park here in just outside of San Diego, California. Sun is starting to beat down on us, even though it's only about 75 degrees. Man, that sun is intense. And also joining us on the line, one of our amazing, valuable broadcast team members from the Cronkite School of Mass Communications. His name is Ian Monhay. And joining us on the line, making his debut of the head football coach with his weekly segment, the Huskies Report, is Horizon Huskies head football coach Tyson Ditmore. Coach Ditmore, statement win last night over Canyon View. Congratulations. Welcome to the program.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we were excited. I think our boys, since March had kind of really been itching to get out and going against somebody else. So, hats off to how the boys responded and took care of business on the road trip.
All right, this is Ian Monhay. I'm from Arizona State University. Coach Ditmore, welcome to the show. It's a dominating victory. It's your first game being the head coach for the Horizon Huskies. I don't think that this is really a question, but I would imagine that you would have had a lot of nerves coming into this game, just trying to put a statement and put on a performance out there.
Yeah. Well, definitely, and to top things off this week, I had a bug pretty much all the week, so I'd been sick, and emotions had really been all over the place, and watching some of the lower levels play, by the time I got out to Friday night and started seeing the boys getting amped up, I started feeling kind of in the groove, but there definitely were some nerves for sure.
I mean, I would also imagine that for a lot of the players as well, but a player that I was watching last night that didn't really seem like he had the nerves, at least in that first quarter, was your running back, Bodie Zamorano, had 3 rushing touchdowns in the first quarter. What is it from a practice standpoint that you're seeing from him that allows him to be so productive in a game like this that it does mean a lot? It's the first game. This was a very good team last year as well. What are you seeing from practice that is allowing him to perform in this way?
Well, I mean, I think it just speaks to who Bodie is as a person. He's a 4.0 student. He does everything before and after practice, helps with every piece of equipment, and he also finishes all of his reps, during practice when we're in team, when we're an individual. So it's just who he is as a person, and I'm glad it came to show out last night.
Yeah, I imagine that's just a really good description of players like that who are that good of human beings as well. I mean, when you're talking about the rest of your squad, when you talk about putting a culture in place, I would imagine like he is right there with you in terms of being a leader for this squad. Who are you looking at your team and saying, hey, these are our leaders?
Right now, I mean, Bodie for sure as a junior, he's definitely a leader just by, character and athleticism and being the football player that he is alone. Jace Ashley is another big time leader for us. Jackson Murray, he had a tremendous summer picking up some Division I offers, and he's become a vocal leader for us. And I think, every person on our team kind of has their role and their niche, but the other one that fills in pretty smoothly is Jax Markovitz, and those guys scream character, they scream good people, they scream hard-nosed football players, which is what Horizon is.
Hey, Coach, thanks again for joining us this week on this incredible debut of your weekly segment. We're looking forward to getting your insights as the season goes on. I can't tell you enough how excited we are for the success in last night's win. It's going to be quite the season for you, and should be a lot of fun. So thanks again for joining us, Coach Tyson Ditmore from Horizon High School, the Huskies. Coach, good luck.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Ian, what'd you think, man? In talking to Coach Ditmore, what's the sense you get from this guy?
I mean, I sense somebody that's very, very motivated to continue the success of this program, trying to continue to make statements across the valley. I am going to pull up their schedule here real soon, but I imagine it's just going to be very difficult from here onwards. That was the first game, and the nerves are out of the way. Now it's time to perform, and they seem very motivated to perform now.
Hey, Ian, Mac here. How you doing, man?
Hey, Mac, I'm doing real well. Getting a little bit of the jitterbugs out of the way, but I'm doing real well. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. You know what? I felt the same way when I was doing the internship this past summer for the Varsity Sports Show. Those first couple weeks were pretty stressful, like you said, getting those jitters out of the way, and then from there, I was able to get used to the system and be able to just improve every single week. So I think it should be the same for you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm sure that we're gonna get to learn a little bit about each other real soon here. But let's transition actually to our segment from Florencio de la Torre. He is going to be giving us a quick preview of Arizona tennis news, followed by Paisley Poole, Dawit Gebremariam, and Kavish Siddhartha. We will be right back to the show, and here is Florencio. Take it away.
Hey everyone, This is Florencio de la Torre from the Sidney Poitier New American Film School at ASU, reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. In light of the start of the U.S. Open this past Monday, let's talk tennis. The AIA tennis season may seem a little way off from now. For boys and girls, Divisions 1 and 2 are set to begin February 27th, and Division 3 one day earlier on February 26th. But the off-season is the perfect time to put in work and get ahead of your competition, especially if you're looking to dominate like Arizona College Prep did this last season. This last season, Arizona College Prep boys and girls teams both won AIA Division II state championships. The Arizona College Prep boys had a 16-1 season and defeated Salpointe Catholic in the state finals 5-0. The Arizona College Prep girls had an undefeated 18-0 season and defeated Notre Dame Prep in the state finals 5-3. This season, Arizona College Prep will make the jump to AIA Division I. They will face schools and a talent pool they haven't faced in previous seasons. All eyes will be on Arizona College Prep to see if they can continue their absolute dominance on the court in Division I. Thanks for listening. This has been Florencio de la Torre with the Varsity Sports Show.
Hey everyone, I'm Paisley Poole from Arizona State's Cronkite School. It's the 35th season of Friday Night Fever, and in this off-season, there were many changes. According to Arizona High School Football Coaches Carousel on X, there were 70 head coach changes around the state. But I'm here to talk to you about 4A high school football. In the 4A Keno region last year, the Canyon del Oro Dorados defeated the Yuma Catholic Shamrocks for the 4A state championship title. Can they defend this title, though, with new players and a new head coach in Scott McKee, who replaced Dustin Peace after his second championship win with the Dorados? Tucson's Micah Mountain, who was also in the 4A Keno region, have expectations that are very high this year, with 29 seniors leading an experienced team that lost only 2 games last year to the Canyon del Oro Dorados. Next up, we have the favorites of the 4A Copper Sky region, Estrella Foothills. They ran the region last year, but slipped, attempting to make playoffs. And last but not least, of the 4A Desert Sky region, Arcadia is projected to be the favorites this year. The Titans return quarterback Braylon Rooney, who led them to an unbeaten regular season. I'm Arizona State's Paisley Poole reporting for Varsity Sports.
I'm Dawi Geber-Mariam from Arizona State University for the Varsity Sports Show. The Brophy Broncos are back for the 2024 season in the 6A division of Arizona high school football. After an excruciating loss in the semifinals of the 2023 state playoffs, the Broncos are hungry and ready to get to the new season. Led by Coach Jason Jewell, Brophy Prep comes in ranked number 4 in Max Prep's preseason rankings for Arizona, as the veteran squad has 28 seniors on the roster. They start off the season with 3 of their first 4 games on the road, including the season opener against number 17 ranked Williamsfield. The Broncos will face a whopping 6 ranked teams in the Max Prep's preseason top 25, including matchups against number 2 Centennial Coyotes, the number 6 Basha Bears, number 13 Salpointe Catholic Lancers, number 24 Notre Dame Prep Saints, and number 25 ranked Harry Pumas. Brophy's offense this season will look to lean on the experience of their offensive line, which includes 3-star O-line Kansas commit Anderson Kopp and 4-star offensive tackle Logan Powell, who's committed to the Wisconsin Badgers. On the defensive side of the ball, be sure to look out for Creed Thomas, the 4-star senior corner committed to Notre Dame, who shined last year as he caught 5 interceptions for the Broncos. With a veteran team and star players on both sides of the ball, the Brophy Prep Broncos look determined to make this season one to remember. For the Varsity Sports Show, I am Dawi Geber-Mariam.
This is Kavish Siddhartha from the Cronkite School of Journalism at ASU with Varsity Sports. As the fall season of sports arrive, JUCO sports are in full effect here in Arizona. Men and women's soccer is just starting with numerous games occurring over the last few weeks, with volleyball picking up some steam towards the end of the month. Let's dive into some of the best games of the week and the standings as we head into the month of September. The 9th-ranked Indian Hills volleyball team rolled to a 3-0 sweep in its season opener against Eastern Arizona College at the New Mexico Military Institute Classic last Thursday night. Another nail-biting volleyball game that occurred was Mesa Community College versus South Mountain Community College. Mesa beat South Mountain 3-2 on Wednesday night. The teams were tied 2-2 going into the final set before Mesa won 15-9 in the fifth. In terms of standings for JUCO volleyball, Arizona Western College has the number 1 spot with a 3-0 record, while Eastern Arizona College is right behind them with a 4-1 record. The season is still early, so there's plenty of time for more teams to come into the mix. Moving on towards soccer, the men's team for Phoenix College won 2-0 against Paradise Valley on Wednesday in what was a highly competitive game. In other news, Trinidad State College lost their season opener 3-1 to Eastern Arizona College. In women's soccer, teams have been hot from the get-go as they're putting up large margins of goals in their first few games. Mesa Community College defeated Gateway 8-2 behind hat-tricks from Haley Hill and Briley Allen. The number 4 nationally ranked Phoenix College girls team won 10-0 against Paradise Valley in what was a dominating contest. 4 different players on the Phoenix side ended the game with a brace in what was an incredible season opener. Standings are fresh for both men's and women's soccer, as the top spot for both are Eastern Arizona College. Thanks for tuning in to my Varsity Sports Report. This is Kavi Siddhartha.
We'll do what's best for the team, and we'll do what's best for you.
The Rich Eisen Show, coming to you weekdays from 3 to 5 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and KDUS1060.com.
Hello, and welcome everyone to Varsity Sports. I'm Ray Chavez, one of the new fall interns from the University of Arizona. Having gone to and reported from a few events before and hosted a radio show on my own, I'm eager and excited to be a part of this team and to fill you in on all the action going on in the coming months. I'm really excited to be a part of this team and even more excited for everyone to see my progress. Let's have a great year and go Varsity Sports.
Hi, this is Saguaro High School head baseball coach Joe Mickey, and you are listening to the home of the SaberCat Report, the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona. Go Cats!
The Varsity Sports Show live with Vince D'Alicio every Saturday morning from 9 to 11 a.m. Features all the local youth, high school, college sports, and more, both around the Valley and beyond. Enjoy go-to segments with coaches and players from around the Valley. Tune in to the Varsity Sports Show with Vince and guests, Saturday morning from 9 to 11 a.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060, online at KDUS1060.com and the KDUS 1060 app.
Hello guys, my name is Daniel Rios and I'm going to be joining the Varsity Sports Show as an intern this upcoming fall in 2024. I'm currently a senior at Arizona State University studying sports journalism, and I'm overall really excited to get to join the team. I'm going to be a technical director this upcoming fall, and I can't wait to broadcast and produce a lot of the high school and college sports action here in Arizona to you guys. I just want to thank you guys for tuning into the show.
James Out West brings NFL, NBA, MLB, and local sports talk to you Monday night starting at 7 on KDUS AM 1060 and the KDUS 1060 app.
And welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. My name is Ian Monhay. I'm here with Mac Fam from San Diego State University and Vince D'Alicio. We will actually be transitioning over to Tomasa Perez. She has a Borgade football preview, and that will be followed by Mason Byers, Riley Garcia, Maya Hall, Sabir Abdul-Shahid, and Samuel Lanier with their own segments coming up. And we will be back real soon.
Hello, this is Tomasa Perez from Arizona State University reporting for Varsity Sports Show. Ready or not, Brigade is ready to take the field against Fallon Hills. As an interim head coach, Coach Chris Cronkett introduced Eli Saleh's freshman quarterback to improve the offense in passing over 1,100 yards and 7 touchdowns in the last 5 challenging games last season, causing an end of 0 to 10. This season, new head coach Chris Cronkett was determined to rebuild the program. Coach Cronkett mentions that there are 40 players, including 10 freshmen and a new defensive coordinator, Dornell Chavez. Unfortunately, sophomore Eli Saleh, starting quarterback, has recently injured his shoulder. Sophomore Jeremiah Suter will step in as the new starter quarterback. This team has the motivation to keep moving past last year's struggles and ready to build a new successful future. Thank you. I will see you on Friday. This is Tomasa Perez reporting with Varsity Sports Show.
Hello everyone, I'm Mason Byers and I'm a student at Arizona State University Walter Cronkite, and I am reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. Today I'm going to be talking about a preview for the Horizon High School football team. The Horizon Huskies are hungry to get back into the 5A playoffs after losing to the runner-up for the 5A championship, Desert Edge High School. They lost to Desert Edge in the semifinals. However, they have key starters on offense returning, which will help their run to the championship. Junior running back Bodie Zamorano is going to be leading the team on the ground. Zamorano, as a sophomore, had 1,639 yards on the ground to go along with 14 touchdowns. The Huskies also have a returning starter in senior quarterback Jace Ashley. Ashley is a dual-threat quarterback who gets it done with his legs and his arm. He had 11 touchdowns on the ground and 10 through the air. The two star players for Horizon will have another year under their belt to hopefully lead the Huskies to the promised land. However, the path to the playoffs will be no easy task. They play key teams, including a Week 4 matchup against perennial powerhouse Pinnacle High School. Then, later in the season, they play the back-to-back 5A champions, the Higley High School, who are the Knights. Horizon never shies away from tough matchups, as it will help prepare them for a deep run in the 5A playoffs. The Huskies have high hopes they can avenge their 2023 season this fall, and other teams will be and should be on the lookout for them. This has been Mason Byers reporting for the Varsity Sports Show.
Hello everyone, I'm Riley Garcia with Arizona State University reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. It's that time of year again, back to school time in the Valley, and that means the Assistants League of Phoenix is busy with back to school efforts. Titled Operation School Bell, the nonprofit organization and their Delivering Dreams buses are on the road all month long providing new clothes and shoes to students that need them. They partner with over 140 different Title I schools, and each of those schools can select 100 students who qualify for the program. Each of those schools gets visited by their 40-foot-long Delivering Dreams buses on a scheduled date throughout the school year. These buses are designed to include shelves stocked with clothes, a waiting area, shoe fitting station, and a dressing area. Each student works with a volunteer and receives a wardrobe package, a bundle that is valued at approximately $300 that is also meet each school's dress code. According to ABC 15, since 2012, the Assistants League and their buses have helped more than 15,000 kids. And that's not all. In April of this year, at the celebration of Caring Gala, they raised over $554,000 to help children in need. And just earlier this month, they received a $13,000 in grants to support Operation School Bell. For the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Riley Garcia.
This is Maya Hall with the Varsity Sports Show on Arizona High School Cheer. As football season starts, the real work begins. Most competitive team sports receive 3 months of games and matches to determine state qualification, as cheer gets a one-and-done performance to advance. The cheerleaders' job during football season is ultimately to cheer on their teams and reel in the crowd, but they also have their agenda to rep those skills in their routine. Arizona high school cheerleading teams have been and will continue to work for the Spirit Line State Champions hardware. Arizona Veterans Memorial Coliseum is predicted to host the AIA Championship on January 16th to 18th of 2025. Red Mountain High School humbly took the D1 gold last season, and it would be nice to see them as back-to-back champions in 2025. In the D2 division, Cactus Shadows is working diligently to redeem themselves of second place and win their 15th title this year. Santan Foothills in D3 is looking for redemption as well, while North Valley Christian is looking to keep their place at the top of D4. Keep working hard at practice and on the sideline. Good luck to all.
Good afternoon, my fellow varsity sports fans. This is Sarah.Singh from Temple University with your Philadelphia and PA High School football report, where we dive into the action and excitement of the local gridiron. Today, we'll highlight a key player that we will keep our eyes on for this upcoming football season right here in PA. We have quarterback from Roman Catholic, Samaj Bills. Last year, Samaj and the Roman Catholics were 9-3 in their football season. Quotes such as, "He is not human," goes to show the influence Samaj has on his team and on his fans within the Roman Catholic fan base and environment. We are so excited to see matchups such as Cardinal O'Hare and LaSalle College versus Samaj Bill and the Roman Catholics. We will have to see how Cardinal O'Hare performs against the Roman Catholic team, the O'Hare's own running back, Deshaun Foster, as he enters last season. We'll see how he performs with O'Hare in a game against Roman Catholics. That's all for this week's Philadelphia High School football report. Thank you so much for tuning in, and be sure to join us next week for more updates and highlights. Until next time, this is Sarah.Singh signing off.
High school athletic trainers are the most important people when it comes to an organized sporting event, especially when the sport is being played in Arizona. With scorching temperatures this time of the year, the importance of a trainer is no exaggeration. Trainers are responsible for making sure the athletes maintain hydration throughout the contest, along with maintaining health. Being an athletic trainer isn't easy, as it requires many important tasks, such as determining if a player is fit enough to return to the contest, as well as helping rehab a player that is currently injured. As the 2024 high school football season is upon us, the athletic trainers are in full force. Reporting for Varsity Sports Show, I'm Sam Lanier.
Guys, welcome back to the program. I want to take a moment. First of all, I want to say San Diego, amazing city. It's been an incredible experience. We were in Oceanside last night for the football game. Got a chance to broadcast that game for the Mountain View Toros. Thank you to Mountain View and the families and support for allowing me to broadcast, to do what we do, and to help support our initiatives with our wonderful intern team. Next, I want to thank a veteran. Man, you are a veteran. Mac Pham, San Diego State University. You survived a grueling summer and working with us, and now we had a chance to come back and practice your trade. Good luck, Mac. You're going to be graduating in December. Future looks bright for you. You're going to do real well in this industry.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It means a lot.
I want to thank Roman Martinez for joining us in hour number one of our amazing new broadcast team members from Cronkite School of Mass Communications. And in hour number two, Ian Monhay. Ian, nice job this morning. Before I turn it over to you, I want to say, again, thank you to all of our guests, our families. As the famous Ron Burgundy said, stay classy, San Diego. Ian, take us on out.
That's a very great line to end off that segment, by the way. I wish I had the opportunity to talk to Mac a little bit more, but I look forward to talking to him soon. Again, I just wanted to say thank you to our amazing live guests today. We had Brophy football head coach Jason Jewell, Saguaro coach Darius Kelly, Horizon coach Tyson Ditmore, and Buckeye Union head coach Booney Ellis. You guys should check us out on X at Varsity Show, as well as Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I want to say thank you to our amazing producer, Corey Walsh, and be sure to join us back in Phoenix next Saturday at 9 a.m. on am1060 KDUS Arizona. On behalf of our co-hosts, Mac Pham from San Diego State University, Roman Martinez of Arizona State University, and Vince DeLisio, my name is Ian Monhay from Arizona State University, and you are listening to the Varsity Sports Show. Go Varsity!